So expunged, the term expunged is actually not used anymore. It used to be the term that was used to describe having your record cleaned, basically. The current terminology in the state of Georgia is called record restriction. In answer to can certain violent crimes be expunged, they can be record restricted, but only in certain circumstances. And I'll just go ahead and tell you where to look for your answer on any expungement or record restriction question. It's in Title 35-3-37. That was amended most recently in 2021. It's a very complicated, lengthy statute. But basically, crimes that you're convicted of can be expunged or record restricted only in certain limited circumstances. If your case was never indicted, okay, you were arrested, taken to jail, but your case was never indicted by a prosecuting attorney, that's one circumstance. If the cops never sent your case to the DA's office, that's another circumstance where that could happen for you. If your case was sent to a grand jury and the grand jury no-billed your case twice, that's another example that's very, 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 very rare to happen. If your case was indicted, however, remember I said there's two different circumstances, not indicted and indicted. If your case was indicted, the only way that you're going to have a violent felony expunged or record restricted is if your case was later null-prossed by the district attorney's office. Okay, so you were indicted and then they submitted a null-pros, which is basically a dismissal, or your case was reduced to a violation of a local ordinance. Okay, those are the only major examples. Another one would be is if you entered a mental health court, a veterans court, or a drug court for that violent crime, then that gives you an out to have an expungement or a record restriction later. And of course, the last circumstance is sort of self-explanatory. If you're acquitted, found not guilty of every single charge that you're charged with, then you can have an expungement or a record restriction from a violent crime. Other than that, these things are very intricate. Call a lawyer because they need to walk you through that statute and look at all the different ins and outs. But those are the two major categories. Was it indicted or was it not?